If you're already familiar with the list block, the table block essentially works in the same way. It just shows your Airtable or Google Sheets data in a table format. We're going to quickly show what this looks like using our inventory management template found on the Softr website. So I've landed on the inventory management template, which is found on the Softr website. You can use this template and copy it into your Softr Studio for free. So if we take a quick look at the template, you'll see it's an inventory tracking template that showcases products as well as purchase orders and manufacturers. It's linked to this Airtable database here, where the tables consist of product inventory, manufacturers, purchase orders, and of course, users. So as you can see here, we have a table block that is visually displaying the contents of the purchase orders tab, as shown here. So let's hop into the studio and set an additional table up ourselves so you can see how this works. So I'm going to go to Add Block, Dynamic, and then head down to Table Block. Great. So let's say, like, in addition to this table here that's showing the purchase orders, we want to show a table view of the individual products and their images here. First, just like the list block, we're going to connect our data source. So the Airtable base is Inventory Tracker by Softr, and Airtable table is going to be the product inventory table. Now, just like the list block again, we need to map the item fields to this table. So as you recall, we head over to the Features tab, scroll down to Item Fields, and let's start connecting some of this data. So we're going to want to display the image. I think that sounds great, so we can see the product. For simple text, let's add the product name. Perfect. Now, the checkbox column, I'm actually going to remove because it's not really relevant for this table, but the checkbox column is really handy if you utilize that in your database. For example, our purchase orders table down here has a checkbox field that shows if an item is paid or not. But for product inventory, that's not really necessary, so I'm just going to delete that. Let's see what else we want to add. How about type? So for the tag field, I will add type. And then lastly, let's add manufacturer, which is actually a linked record to the manufacturer's table. So instead of rating, I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. I will add a text field and manufacturer. Perfect. So now we have a table that we set up in less than a couple of minutes that showcases several key item fields from our product inventory table. Now let's take a look at what some of the options are for the table block. If I zip back over to the Data tab, we can see here that I can sort the list by a variety of ways. Let's say, like, I want to sort it by product name A to Z. And you can choose how many items you want per page, let's say 6. And then for pagination, you can choose to either have pagination or load more button. I'm going to keep it on pagination. Great. Additionally, you can add conditional filters below, which is covered in another video that I highly recommend you check out. Back over to the Features tab, you can add a title and subtitle. So let's say this is Product Inventory List, and don't really need a subtitle, so I'll delete that part. Inline filters. This is definitely a helpful one for the table, allowing your user to filter through all the information and find what they need. So let's see, I feel like maybe the user would want to be able to filter for the type of product. So if we just go here and scroll down to type, Softr will automatically generate the filters for us. And I'll show it as tag, but you also have the drop-down option as well. And I'll also allow for multi-select. Great. You can add as many additional filters as you want for your table. Next up, we have row height. This is something very specific to just the table block. So you can essentially change the height of the individual rows here, or you can just click auto and Softr will do it for you. But I'm going to go back down and I'm going to keep it small. Now, item fields we already covered. Next up is another feature that is unique to the table block, which is allowing your users to download the data as a CSV or Excel file. So I'm going to turn that on because I want my users to be able to download this information. Let's take a quick look at what this looks like. So if I go back here, reload, you'll see here, there's a little download icon. I can download it as a CSV. Perfect. Now I have all the information in a CSV format. So back over to the studio. Next up is item on click. Item on click is very similar to how the list block works. You have the option for nothing happening if a user clicks on an item. You can also open an external URL, which you can link to anything within your database here. Additionally, you can open a page. So let's say like I wanted to open a product details page, which if you've watched the list and list details block videos, you'll understand that a product details page is essentially a separate page that shows more information about individual records, which we'll get into showing what this looks like in a second. Lastly, you have the option to open a modal. So basically a modal is like a pop-up, which is a pretty cool feature for the table block. I'm going to use this one because I like it. So I'm going to link it to product details the same. Let's say like we want the modal to be large in size. If I hit publish, pop back over here, reload, let's take a look what this looks like. So if I'm the user and I want to see more information about the Apple AirPods Pro, I would click into it, and the modal would pop up the list details page that's already been created within this app, showing more information about this product and manufacturers that are related to the Apple AirPods Pro. If you're curious how this works, I recommend checking out the list and list details block video, as well as conditional filters, which goes over linked lists. It will show you how you can dynamically link and view more information about certain records, and it's pretty easy to implement. Back over to the studio, I'm going to pop over to the Styles tab. Now, usually in these videos, I don't go over individual styling, as we save that for a bigger video that goes over how to style your Softr app, including your individual blocks and pages. However, the table block has some unique styling features that aren't available in other blocks. So let's scroll down here and you can see for the table block, we have some individual styling options. So we can change the table background color. So let's say like, I'm not really feeling that white. Maybe I want to go with a nice pale pink. Then you can change the header row background color. So here, if I click in here, this is going to change the color of the first row. Ooh, how about a purple? Great. Then you can also change the color of the grid, as shown here. Additionally, you can change padding and margins, as well as the background of the page itself. Oof, that's pretty bad. Gonna go back here. How about a nice gray? Perfect. Gonna hit publish, refresh, and there you have it. Wouldn't say it's necessarily on brand for this template, but it's simply for demonstration purposes. So as you can see, I can toggle through all the information on the table. I can download the CSV, and I can filter through for what I'm looking for. Now, this can be used in a variety of ways, and I definitely recommend giving it a go. As always, let us know how you use this block in the Softr community, which I will link in the show notes below. See you in the next video.